Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pilates. No, it's not Pilates, it's PureStretch. It's actually, we used to call it Men on Mats. That's what I was getting distracted about. Men on Mats. In the last week, when we were out in the open, we always called it Men on Mats because it was a men only class. But from now onwards, while we're virtual, we have got our token man who's going to be doing all the work tonight. So this is PureStretch for men and women. Okay, so just before I start, I want to read my little disclaimer. Now, PureStretch is a mixture of yoga and Pilates, and it's absolutely fabulous for you as long as you're not pregnant. It is completely contraindicated in pregnancy. You can't do PureStretch if you're pregnant or if you've had a child recently, and that's because when you're pregnant, you have a substance in your body called relaxin that lets everything relax in order for you to be able to give birth. So that's perfect for when you're pregnant, but you cannot do a stretching class when you're pregnant because you can get injured because of the presence of that relaxin, so you can't possibly do that. Our little disclaimer, basically join me if you're feeling fit and well. If you have any doubt as to your ability to do this class, then seek medical advice first. Work within your own personal comfort range. Don't do anything that hurts, and we never force a joint. Okay. Work at your own pace, and you're joining in at your own risk. Now, the other thing just to remember is your area safe? Make sure that you've got pets out the way, you haven't got flexes and rugs and drinks in the way, and equipment too. Keep your equipment just to one side so you can use that as you need it. So we have got a ball and we have got a band. This is like Laurel and Hardy, isn't it? So you don't need that equipment in order to be able to do the class, don't worry. But sometimes using equipment can actually mean you work a bit harder. I have got supplies if you want me to post you any or drop it down, I can sort that out. Okay, so we are going to be doing a lying warm-up first. Andy's going to be doing the work and I'm going to be doing the commentating, okay? And of course, it's never like that in real life, is it? Never. Okay, so let us start. So, now, if you would like to make yourself comfortable on your mats, you might like to have a little pillow under your head. And the plan of this class is that I'm going to be talking through what you're going to be doing. So you don't need to be watching the screen. You just need to be able to listen to me. I'm just going to put some gentle music on in the background, and with a hope that you might or might not be able to hear it. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to see who's there. Tracy and Margaret and Chrissy, fantastic. Welcome. Right. So I'm just going to put the music on, and you can decide if you want to listen to it. That's it. Right, so if you'd like to just settle yourself down on your mat, we are going, if your arms, have your arms long down by your side, palms could be up, let the shoulders relax and down, have the legs nice and long, if that's comfortable for your back. If not, you could bend your legs up with the feet flat on the floor. Let the feet relax out to the bottom corners of the mat, and just take a few moments just to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. We've got muscles that run all the way around our middle. And when we talk about a connection with those muscles, basically all we want you to do is to have an awareness of those muscles. Now, one way to find out where those muscles are, if you were to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you tightened it as tight as you could just for a minute. And then you relax. Second time, breathe in. As you breathe out, just tighten your belt halfway, just 50%. And then relax. And then lastly, breathe in. As you breathe out, just tighten your belt 3 out of 10 on the notches. And then relax. That awareness of those core muscles, the 3 out of 10, is what we want you to be feeling throughout this class. And in fact, throughout your working day, And then it's really only when you come to sit down at the end of the day or when you're relaxing to just have no awareness of those core muscles. Okay, so we're just going to gently breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to start our warm-up with our feet. Just going to get you to circle your feet round, gently circling them around in one direction and go back the other way. Excellent. And then you're going to relax your feet. If you like to bend up your legs, 1 foot at a time, put your foot flat on the floor and take your arms away from your body. Now I'd like you to have that nice awareness of the core muscles, and I'd like you to gently lower the knees towards the right side and look towards the left. Now you're not going to go too far to begin with. That's it. Excellent. Because it's only a warm-up, we need to keep it quite small. Then bring the head and the knees back to centre and gently down the other side. So you're just getting a little bit of warmth into your waist, into your lower back. And we're going to take the head and knees gently side to side. Well done. Some people with a few issues with their back sometimes find a gap between the knees and the ankles can be helpful. They still do the same move, but they have that little gap. So just do one more set. And then bring your head and knees back to centre. Okay, let's move on to our right leg. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Okay, straighten the leg. So as straight as you can, that's lovely. And with your foot, I want you to point and flex the foot. That's it, so you're warming up the ankle, point and flex. And we're going to be doing everything 6 times. I am not known for my counting, so I'm going to let you do everything 6 times. Do you want a pillow? Okay, so we're leaving it. Do you want a pillow? Leave your leg up there. We're going to move on to the can-can. So bring that right knee in towards the chest. Straighten the leg forward, hover the heel an inch off the floor, draw it back in, and straighten the leg. That's it. We're going to do 6 of those with that gently pointed foot. Gently pointed foot. Well done. Point the toes. That's better. Good. You can do 6 of those. And as you're working, try and keep the hips nice and still. And then after the last one, pause with that leg straight up. So when I say you never force a joint, he's got tight hamstrings, is why he needs to do this. We would just want the leg as comfortably straight as you can manage. If you can now move on to pointing and flexing that foot, that's it, just a few times, and then finish with it flexed. That means the toes are down to your nose, and then do 6 more can-cans. Bring the knee in, take the leg forward, draw it back in, and straighten. Brilliant. Andy does a lot of cycling, so PureStretch really helps his cycling because it helps him stretch his hamstrings. Hamstrings are down the back of the thigh and they can get very tight. So we're going to do 6 of those. And then we will finish by hugging that right knee in towards our chest. Put the hands behind the knee. That's it. Hands behind the knee. Flatten off this other leg. That's it. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, hug this knee in tighter. Brilliant. Take the knee away gently as you breathe in. And breathe out, hug tighter. Do 2 more of those. Hello, Sue and Sarah. That's it. That's lovely. So you're just doing 4 of those. And then you're going to return this leg back down to the floor. So we are going to be working on the left leg now. So draw in the left knee in towards your chest. That's it. And straighten that leg. So if you're going to Point and flex that foot a few times. That's it. Just make sure you've got some nice bit of movement in the ankle. And circle the foot round both ways. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move for the can-can. So the toes are going to be gently pointed to begin with. Bring the knee in, straighten it ahead. That's it. And you're doing your can-can. So you're going to try and get that leg as comfortably straight as you can manage, all right? But never forcing the joint. So you're doing 6 of those. Lovely smooth work, warming up that hip and knee. Well done. Okay, after those the sixth one, take that leg straight up. You can just do a few more little foot movements. You're going to finish with a flexed foot, so that's toes down to your nose, and do 6 more can-cans. Bring the knee in, extend it forwards, draw it back in, and straighten. Well done. Gosh, you're doing so well. You'll be in the Moulin Rouge next week. Not sure what Andy's going to look like in a can-can skirt, but whatever. Okay, so you're very likely to notice a difference side to side. You might find one is much easier. That's very normal. So after your 6th one, you're going to put your hands behind that knee and hug the left knee in towards your chest. If you straighten this leg, that's it. So in this position, you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, hug that knee in tighter. Breathing out, that's it, well done. Breathe in as you take the knee away. Breathe out, hug tighter. And just do 2 more. Well done. And then when you've done that, relax that leg back to the mat. Now, if you feel more comfortable in your back to have bent up legs with feet flat on the floor, that's fine. Otherwise, having them flat to the front is absolutely fine. Okay, so we're now going to turn our attention to warming up our upper body. So if you like to put your hands on your shoulders, that's it. Elbows up towards the ceiling. Fantastic. So what we're going to do first, we're going to lower the elbows gently down the side like a butterfly flapping its wings and draw it back up to the top. Well done. Again, lower the elbows wide down the side and draw them back up to the top. Now, if you'd like to add a little bit of breathing to this, we would breathe in as we lower the elbows down, flaring the chest, and breathe out as we draw them back up. Again, breathe in as we lower the elbows and breathe out as we draw them back in. Fantastic. So you're going to do 4 more so that you do 6 in total. Excellent. Well done, that's looking good. After your 6th one, pause with the elbows up towards the ceiling and gently start some elbow circles. And again, we're going to just do about 6 in one direction before changing and going back the other way. Well done. After your final one, finish with the elbows up towards the ceiling and stretch your arms above you as though you are stretching up to the ceiling. So, yeah, arms are vertical, that's beautiful. We've got wrists, elbows and shoulders in a lovely straight line. Now, I want you to imagine there's a rope above you and you're going to climb up the rope. Imagine there's something on the ceiling you want to get to. So that might be a walnut whip, or it might be a nice bowl of strawberries. You can choose. Andy's on a very squeaky floorboard. Oh, dear, dear. Okay. He says it's his spine, it isn't, it's the floorboard. Okay, so we're so if I'm doing it here, we're stretching, and as we stretch, we're lifting that shoulder up. It is the mobility in our upper back. And one more. And settle the shoulders down, but keep the arms above you. Okay, so we're now going to do marching with our arms. So we're going to take the right arm up and the left arm down, and then gently alternate. See how close to the floor above your head you can get that arm. And Andy's doing very well. He's avoiding the furniture. Obviously, it's very important that you do have enough space to do these exercises safely. So when you've done 6 of those, you're now going to do scarecrow arms. So the arms are above you, palms facing. Take them wide and bring them back in. As you take them wide, don't quite touch the floor. That's it. Taking them wide, drawing them back in. Brilliant. I think we'll just do 4 of these. Excellent. So after those 4, we'll return to our marching arms, but this time the left arm goes up and the right arm comes down. And we're marching those arms, again, seeing how close to the floor the arm above your head can go. Hello, Janet. Hello, Sue. Hello, Sarah. I'm getting more distracted by my friends watching. Excellent. Gosh, didn't he do well? Okay, so we are now going to just do some arm circles. Now, if the range of movement in your shoulders isn't great, have your elbows bent and be doing it. Otherwise, take the arms over the head, wide round the side and up the body. Now, adding some breathing to this, you can breathe in as you take the arms up the body and breathe out as you take them down. Breathe in and breathe out. Fantastic. So if you just do 4 in both directions, that would be fantastic. That's it. And finish with your arms down by your side. Gosh, he's good, isn't he? Okay, if you like to bend up one leg, put the foot flat on the floor, followed by the second one. Gently roll onto your side and come up to sitting. Ha ha, he lives. Okay, if you want to go down that end a bit, it's really cold sitting on the floor. That's nice. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do the swoosh. Now, if you can sit cross-legged, that's fine. Otherwise, you can sit with straight legs. It's up to you. It's whatever you find comfortable. But I do need you to be able to sit upright and have those natural curves in your back. Now, with the swoosh, okay, you're going to keep your bottom firmly on the floor, okay? So you're going to breathe in and take the arms up. Now, as you breathe out, put your hand down and with this arm, lean forward and sweep round. Breathe in at the top and breathe out as you sweep round. Excellent. 4 more to go. So as you're sweeping round, you feel a lovely stretch in the hips. That's it. You can smile, Mr. Healy.
Smile and count.
You can't smile and count. That's a problem I've had. That's why I never count. Excellent. Now remember which arm you've just used. Yep. Okay. So put your hand down on that side. You're going to do a little side stretch. So the arm you've just worked. Yep. Your elbows by your ear. Okay. You're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, gently stretch to the side. Keep it nice and still. Is that arm, hand on the floor there? Yeah. Come up. Come up. Breathe in. It should be at the side. Yeah. Breathe out as you gently stretch over. So I want you to imagine you're between 2 panes of glass and you're just moving side to side. Just 2 more. You're not leaning forwards or back. Just gently stretching over to the side. Pause with the arm there and then 1 more time. Gosh, well done. That's super. And come back up. Now, if you're in cross legs, you need to swap the legs the other way. If you're in straight legs, they just stay still. Okay, so we're going to practice the swoosh on the other side now. So start by sitting up tall. Breathe in. As you breathe out, put the hand down, sweep forwards and round. Oh, that's it. Well, nice and slowly, swooshing round, and that hand is at the side to help you remain, keep your balance. That's it. Well done. Fantastic. And then we're doing our little side stretch. So stretch out first, breathe in. As you breathe out, gently lean over. Imagine you between the panes of glass again. Back up to the top, breathe in. And breathe out with your little side stretch. Well done. And you have just 2 more to go. Fantastic. Well done. And then relax. Good. Okay. So we are now going to do a lovely shoulder and back stretch. When you're going to have your legs stretched out the front, would you like to turn them out 90 degrees? No? Okay. So you're going to have your legs out in front of you. Just quite cool on the floor. Okay, so you're going to bend up your right leg. Put your hands on the knee and hands on the toe, the heel, and just take that foot side to side. That's it. To warm up that hip a little bit more. That's it. So you're going to do 6 of these. That's it. And then finish with that foot bent up, and the sole of the foot is in the inside of your thigh, or your legs can be straight if they need to be, if that's not comfortable. Now, if that bent knee needs a little bit of support, you could put your green ball under the knee. Excellent. He's good, isn't he? Okay. He doesn't need the ball. That's fine. Okay. Or you could put a little pillow under that knee if it helps. Okay. So we're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to put palms to palms. Yeah. Really connect with those core muscles. Gently lean down as you take your fingertips down to that inner ankle. Come up slightly. You leave this hand by the leg, and with the other hand, with the other arm, we're going to do a bow and arrow action, taking the elbow behind and looking to see where the elbow goes before coming back to the start, palms to palm, and leaning down, coming up slightly, taking that elbow back. Okay, do 2 more with that bent elbow, and remember you're always working within your pain-free range. That's it. You're just doing what you can manage. Okay, so once you've done those 4, you can, if you're able to do, extend your range of movement, you can do again, so leaning down, coming up slightly, taking the elbow behind, and now extending the arm. Now pause here. You can be pushing against this hand here and having a longer stretch. So I'm just going to do that now. So take the elbow back, extend the arm, and pause. You're pushing against this hand here, and then bending the arm and returning down. So you're doing a second lot of 4. So really pause on that stretch. You're turning your head to feel the lovely chest and back stretch. Can you feel that stretch if you're joining in? I really hope you are. You are joining in and you can feel the stretch. He's done his 4. Excellent. Okay, so we're now going to draw up that bent leg on the floor. That's it. Now, that foot is going to travel on over to the other side, and the sole is flat on the floor. Nice and flat. That's it. Okay. So, you are going to bring, we've got a different leg, shoulder, opposite shoulders to that knee. Hug the knee tall, sit tall, and rotate round. That's it. It's really important to use your other hand behind you to help you sit up tall, so you can do that lovely rotation. Excellent. Now keep the legs still, bring the chest back to center, and rotate round the other way. Again, sitting tall. That's lovely. Brilliant. Okay, that's very good. Gently back to the center and straighten that leg. Give them a bit of a wiggle, lifting and lowering those knees. Okay, so we're just going to start warming up our hamstrings a little bit by lifting and lowering the knees. I'm doing that in a minute. Lifting or he's taking over now. Lifting or lowering, that's brilliant. Now we're just going to add in a little bit of a lean. So as Andy lifts that leg, he's doing the opposite arm. So it's like a swimming movement. This knee, so opposite arm, opposite leg, looking down slowly and slowly. So we're going to go 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and come up. Well done. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the other leg. As you move the mat around the wall. So bend up the other leg, hand on the knee, hand on the heel. Take that foot side to side. You don't have to be too delicate because you're actively warming up your hips. And we've done about 6 of those. You're going to have that leg bent with the foot flat to the inner thigh. Yeah. Think of a name. What should we call it? But the legs can be long if that's more comfortable. Remember, the ball could go under here if you need it. So you're sitting up nice and tall, palms to palms, really connecting with those core muscles, gently leaning down, coming up slightly, leaving one hand there and taking the other elbow back, rotating round and looking to see where the elbow goes. So just pause, elbow, pause here, push against that hand. Feel the lovely stretch. So 2 more. So you're doing 4 of these moves with the bent arm. That's it. That's it. Right, so and then you can do your second lot of 4, extending that arm back and really pushing against the hand that's on that inner calf. That's it. Excellent. What are you laughing at? He's got the giggles. He's very good, isn't he? Right. So once we've done the 4 and 4 of those, this knee lifts up and that foot goes onto the other side. That's it. So it's that shoulder round to the opposite knee. Hug the knee in tight. That's it. Sit tall and then rotate round. The hand behind you helps you stay up sitting upright. Leave the leg still. Bring the chest back to center and rotate round the other way. Sitting tall. Sitting tall. Well done. That hand behind you helps you sit up tall. Excellent. And then come back to center. Take both legs to the front and give it a little wiggle. Okay. So that's we've done a nice warm up. We've done some nice shoulder and back stretching. We're going to just finish off with that little shoulder stretch. Oh, he's taking his jumper off. That's it. So we're just going to do a lovely top of the shoulder stretch now, upper back stretch. So we're going to bend up both legs. So là. Feet wider than the hips. And what we're going to do with your right arm, you're going to stretch across to that left foot, heading for the outer toes. As you can see, this other hand is behind to just keep you fairly straight. And you're actively pushing down with the foot like your foot's on the pedal. But this hand is trying to say, don't go so fast. It's pulling up. And by doing the pushing down and the pulling up at the same time, you get a really lovely shoulder stretch here. Have a go and let me know if you can feel it. So, and then gently let go, and we're going to swap sides. That's it. Heading for the outer toes. That's it. Leaning down, pushing down with the foot, pulling up with the hand. Hold on. Should be feeling a lovely stretch in your upper back and shoulder. Brilliant. and then relax and come up. So as I mentioned, in this PureStretch, in men on mats, we tend to do some strength work as well. So we're going to be adding in some core strengthening work to this stretch session. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do our favourite bear hover. Okay, so you're going to come onto all fours. Which end do you have in your head? That end. Okay. So with our bear hover, now we have knees under hips. Okay, and we've got wrists under shoulders, and we're looking down to the mat. Okay. So now these arms are long and straight, and I just want you to get your chest in the right position. So the arms are strong, and you've got this lovely connection with your core muscles. Now I'd like you to just sink your chest down towards the mat, and then I light a candle and you lift the chest away, but ooh, want to keep away from that hot flame. So when I talk about having a lifted chest, that's what I mean. I want you to lift the chest up while we're doing this exercise, okay, to get in a really good position. So with the feet can either be curled under or flat, like that. That's it. So that's your alternate position. You choose, depending on how your feet are, whether or not you want this position or flat. Okay, so you're really connecting with those core muscles. You're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to lift your knees a centimetre off the floor. Now breathe nice and steadily. And you're just going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take the knees down. And depending on how your wrists are feeling, okay, you might want to come up and circle those wrists, okay? So we're going to have another go. So it's really important that the knees are under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, okay? Lovely long back, and your chest is lifted away from the flame. Okay, so breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to hover the knees. Now, the lower they are, the harder the work is, okay? So I just want to be able to get a piece of paper in under those knees, okay, while you're hovering. It's beautiful work for your core strength. I'm going to count down from 8, 7, 6, 5. How are we doing? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Did you feel that?
Yes, Emma.
He says yes, Emma. You hoping we'll do it one more time?
Yes, Emma.
Ah, he knows what to say, doesn't he? Okay, just one more time. Where are you feeling this? Where are you feeling it, Andy?
Shoulder.
Shoulders, okay. Right, okay, so lift that chest. It's a nice lifted chest. Have awareness of those core muscles. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hover the knees. Now, breathe steadily as you hold this lovely, strong position. So we call this the bear hover, because you can look a bit like a bear. And I'm going to count down from 10, 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Come back and give the rest a rest. The wrists a rest even. That's it. And come down. Good work. Now, you're going to go down onto your tummy. Yeah. So what we're going to do first, we are going to do a quad stretch. So the quads are in the front of your thighs. You can draw that heel in towards the body, bottom even, that's it. Now what I'm looking for is the shoulders to remain relaxed. Now, if you've got a band, you could put it around the foot. Your shoulders aren't even, that's it. So the shoulders need to be relaxed and down, elbow nice and relaxed, and that's drawing that foot in towards the bottom so that you can feel a stretch in the quads, which is the front of the thigh. Okay, now to feel a bigger stretch, you can push your hips into the mat. That's it, to feel a bigger stretch. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
He says yes. The man from Atlanta says yes. Was it the man from Del Mayo? Del Monte. We got there, didn't we? Excellent. Just relax. Relax those shoulders. I can see tension. Well done. And then relax his leg back. Okay. So we're going to swap onto the other leg. We're going to hoopla. You don't want the band. That's it. That's it. Knees are side by side. Shoulders are relaxed. Push your hips into that mat for a bigger stretch. That's excellent. Well done. You will again find one side is much more comfortable to work on than the other. It's just, more flexible. That's completely normal. And relax. Well done. We'll take that band off the foot. That's super. And pop that down. Okay. So we're going to do some lower back work now. So Andy's going to make a little diamond in front of him. So we're going to start flat. That's it. So that's to take the chest down. And you're making a diamond in front of you. And you're relaxing your chest down. Okay, so keep the shoulders relaxed. Really connect with those core muscles. The legs are long. And all I'd like you to do is breathe in. And as you breathe out, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Breathe in again. And as you breathe out, lower back down again. So you're working these lower back muscles. You don't necessarily have to worry about the breathing. I don't tell you how to breathe in Sainsbury's, but I basically don't want you holding your breath. We tend to breathe in before we do something and we breathe out as we do the action. That's kind of how it works. But all I want you to be doing is to be lifting the chest up. You could bring the elbows in slightly to get yourself a little bit higher and then melt down towards the mat. I want shoulders relaxed. That's lovely. So Andy, if you want to, as you come up next time, you can draw these elbows in slightly, get you a little bit higher, that's it. Can you feel the work going on in your lower back?
Yes, Emma.
Yeah, that's good. Brilliant, well done. And maybe two more. And then when you've finished, sit back on your heels to flex your back. So put your hands by your shoulders, gently push yourself back. We can have toes together, knees apart, gently stretch forward. Now, if that's not comfortable, can you come up a little bit? That's fine, just come up a little bit. So if you're not able to go flat like Andy could do, just gently stretch the arms forward a little bit and enjoy the stretch. He's being cheeky. Okay, so that, because not everyone can do this. He's quite bendy for a bloke, if I'm honest. And then otherwise, melt the arms forward, lower the chest down, but try and keep your elbows off the mat. So I want you to breathe in. As you breathe out, just lower the shoulders, melt a little bit lower into the mat. That's it. To release the tension in the shoulders. That's it. Breathe in again. As you breathe out, melt lower to the mat. Fantastic. Okay, good work. Now, we're going to move on to a little side stretch next. So stay in that position. Stay in that position. That's it. Lift your head up off the mat. Just that's it. And the arms are stretched out the front. Now, I want you to imagine you're a giant windscreen wiper. You're going to stay looking down to the mat, but move your arms over to one side while still sitting on your heels. And finish, right, if you're going over to the right, by putting your left hand on the back of the right hand. Feel a lovely side stretch here. Can you feel that stretch? Oh, that's good. Okay, so you're now going to very slowly walk your hands back to the centre and over to the left. And finish by putting your right hand on the back of the left hand. For a lovely side stretch on the other side. That's it. And walk your hands back to the middle. And gently come up to sitting. So, wait for it. We're now going to do a level 1 bent arm plank. He loves those. This is really good. Do you want to do a side plank?
A level 1 bent arm.
Yeah. He was nearly making it hard for you all, guys. I thought week 1, better not make it too hard. They'll never come back. Right. So when we're doing a bent arm level 1 plank, if I just move Andy's t-shirt down a bit. So you start by relaxing, and I want to find your elbow under your shoulder. Okay, so what I'm checking for is elbow under shoulder, and you can have the arms either like that or flat down. Okay, you can have it on the side or flat down, you can choose. So the body is nice and long, the feet are relaxed. Now we're just doing a level 1 plank, okay, and all we will be doing is the weight is going to be staying through the knees, which is what makes it a level 1 plank. And all we'll be doing is gently lifting our hips off the mat. Okay, so let's do that together. So really connect with those core muscles. You've got your elbows under your shoulders. Okay, so breathe in. As you breathe out, just lift the hips up, but take the weight through the knees. Okay, so if I lift your shirt up, you can see there's a little gap under there. Okay, you're going to pause, just breathe nice and steadily. What are these feet doing?
Just demonstrating.
Yeah. Okay, it's just the hips that are meant to be lifted. Everything else is relaxed on the mat. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower the hips to relax. Fantastic, well done. Now I know that there are some not men on my mats, but men in my men on mats class can do a level 2. Do you like to do it on a bent arm or straight arm?
Me?
Yeah.
Bent arm.
Okay, so Andy will show you how to do a level 2, and you can decide which one suits you best. Okay, so you know that the level 1, all you're doing is lifting the hips up, but the weight is going through your knees. But a level 2, you're going to turn your toes under, okay, really connect with those core muscles, breathe in, and as you breathe out, you lift your hips and your knees, and you look like a plank inducent. What I don't want is to see any sagging hips. That's it. Lovely, strong, straight line. Breathing nice and steadily as you're holding this bent arm level 2 plank. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently lower down. Gosh, that was very good indeed. Okay, so to relax, sit back on your heels again, and just have a little wriggle and a stretch to recover. Gosh, he's good, isn't he, tonight? He's worked all day on his day job, and now he's on my work at night. Well done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on some stretching of our hamstrings. Okay, so if you would like to slowly come up to sitting, and we're going to show you 2 different techniques to do some lovely hamstring stretching, depending on if you have any equipment or not. So in fact, there's going to be 3 ways. Now, we will do the way without any equipment first. Okay, so if you'd like to lower yourself down on the mat, that's it. Legs bent, feet flat on the floor. That's brilliant. Shoulders are relaxed and down. That's fine. I need to get out of the way, otherwise I might be in the firing range. So when we're doing our hamstring swing, we will just bring the right knee in towards the chest, straighten the leg, and have that just gently pointed foot. That's fine. Okay. So we're really connecting with those core muscles, and all we're going to do is gently lower the leg down until it almost touches the floor. Flex the foot, that means toes to your nose, and draw it back up. Straight up. Brilliant. Point the toes. Breathe in as you lower it down. Flex the foot, breathe out. Straight back up. Fantastic. So that is the technique that you can be using if you do not have a ball or a band. Okay? You're gently lifting and lowering that leg, keeping it as long and as straight as you can. And I just like to change the foot position for a bit of interest. That's it, although Andy isn't doing it there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, so depending on what equipment you have, you could do that on your right leg with no equipment. Now, if you've got a cotton yoga band, you can put that, you're going to put that round, this is demonstration number 2. Okay, so we've got a cotton yoga band. I don't want you stretching with rubber bands because you can get muscle tears. So we stretch up, we wrap once around each hand, the foot is flexed, shoulders relaxed. We start with as comfortably straight leg as we can manage. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, you just draw the elbows in towards the waist, drawing that leg slightly in towards the chest. Then you take it away as you breathe in. Breathe out as you're drawing it in to your chest. Let's do that together, Andy. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take it in. So you're maintaining a straight leg. Imagine my hand is behind your knee and you're pushing the back of your knee into my palm. Okay. So you can be doing 6 or 8 with your band. So I'm going to leave you to do that. Either doing your hamstring swing if you don't have any equipment, or a band. Use your band if you have got one. So what I want the elbows neatly in at the waist as you're drawing that leg in. That's it. And you should be feeling a stretch down the back of that thigh in your hamstrings. And if you're ever in a pub quiz, there's 3 hamstrings, okay? That's it. Have you done those 6, Mr. Healy?
Oh.
He has. Brilliant. Okay. So if you'd like to take the band off that foot, okay, I'm just going to do a glute stretch. So that we're still working the same leg. You're going to put this foot on that knee. Right. Good. Can you see that? Yeah. Now, a level 1 stretch. Put your right hand on your right knee and push that knee away. That's it. If you want to make the stretch bigger, put your hands or the doubled up band around the back. It should really be back around the back of, that's it, back of that knee. And if you want to, you can straighten that leg up, up, up. That's it. Gently point the toes. You've got no tension there, Andy. Point the toe. That's it. Breathe in. As you breathe out, draw that straight leg gingerly in towards the chest. That's it. And this is a lovely stretch of your glutes and your bottom. That's it. These stretches are very helpful if you have issues with sciatica. That's it. So we would want the hips as nice and square as we can. That's it. And you're just going to do 6 of these. Well done. And then when you've done those, take both feet down to the floor and just have a short rest before we turn our attention to the other leg. Okay. So remember, if you haven't got a band, you can do your hamstring swings. So you're straightening the left leg, absolutely. You're lowering and lifting. Down. And draw it back up again. Brilliant. And I had suggested a pointed toe on the way down and a flex foot going back up. If you've got a band, a cotton yoga band, you can put that round. Do you want to go on? You can put it round the left foot. Now, what I would like to do is for you to stretch up first and wrap once round each hand. Andy's a bit of a terror for going round and round. I would suggest 1 wrap. The foot is flexed. That's it. Breathe. So shoulders relaxed. Breathe in. As you breathe out, draw that leg in towards your chest. Elbows neatly in at the waist. That's fantastic. Our greyhound's on the sofa. He's just woken up. Best not wake up quite yet, then again. That's it. He's having a wriggle on the sofa. That's it. So you're going to do 6, or certainly the same number as you did on the other side. So it was 6 or 8. That's it. Hello, Mr. Finnegan. Have you woken up? You're a little bit early, mate. That's it. Lovely. So once you've done those 8, you can lower that left foot down onto your right knee. You can push that left knee away with the left hand for your level 1 stretch. Or level 2, put your hands or the band around the other knee and draw it in for that bigger stretch. With the head and shoulders relaxed on the floor. And if you want to, you can straighten that leg. Foot's nice and relaxed. That's it. This is a lovely glute stretch, lovely stretch in your bottom. That's it. I have to say, greyhounds are really, really good at stretching. They love to stretch. Whenever they get up, the first thing they do is stretch. Although the way you'd see him at the moment, he's flat out on the sofa, looking slightly awake, but not moving much. Excellent. Okay. So you are going to do the same number on both sides, and then you're going to relax. That's fantastic. Okay. So that's the end of the hard work, and we're now just going to have a short relaxation. So what I want you to do is to make yourself really comfortable. You might need to put on an extra jumper or put a little blanket over you. I want you to be comfortable, so you could lie with your legs bent up or flat, whatever you choose, whatever allows you to feel most relaxed. If you're happy to close your eyes, then please do. And I want you to focus on your breathing, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing in nice and deeply, and with every out breath, just feeling like you're melting more into the mat. I'd like to read this to you. I hope you find what you're looking for out there. I hope you find the kind of happiness that exists on your own terms. I hope you truly take the time to figure out what moves you, what encourages your soul, what you deeply crave from life, and I hope you have the courage to chase that. I hope you have the courage to believe that you are deserving of whatever you desire, that you are capable and worthy of curating the kind of life for yourself that sparks something within you. You have a fire inside of you. I hope you never let convenience or comfort or the easiness of standing still put it out. I hope you show the world what you can do with all of that passion inside of you. To bring your focus back to the room, we're going to just gently wiggle the fingers and relax your hands. If you like to bend up one leg, put the foot flat on the floor, followed by the second one. For your inner thigh stretch, we're just going to lower the right knee down the right side, left knee down the left side. And the soles of the feet might meet in the middle. It all depends. They do on some people. If you want to make it a bigger stretch, put your hands on your inner thighs, and the weight of the hands just makes the stretch bigger. You're going to gently remove the hands and place the knees back side by side. So you're just going to roll onto one side, it doesn't matter which. Use your top hand to push yourself up to sitting and slowly come up to sitting and just take a few moments to get accustomed to sitting up. From this position, I'd like you to go into a 4-point kneeling position. That's it. And we're going to finish with our cat and cow stretch. So we have knees under the hips, wrists directly under the shoulders. We're looking down to the mat and our back is lovely and long. Okay, so you can have that really lovely core awareness again. You're going to gently arch your back up towards the ceiling, lowering the head down, feeling that beautiful stretch through your shoulders and back. You're now going to very gently lower the back down, making a small hollow and looking up and pushing the bottom out. That's it. And again, gently arching the back up, lowering the head down for that lovely stretch to the shoulders. And lowering the back down for the last time. Looking up, pushing the bottom out for that lovely cow stretch. So you're going to return to that flat, neutral back at the start. That's it. You're going to put one foot flat on the floor, two hands on that knee, and slowly come up to standing. Okay, so just to finish, your feet are a good hip distance apart. That's it. You're going to come down, take a deep breath in. As you come up to standing, you breathe out. Brilliant. So bend the knees, go down, breath in. Stretch up and breathe out at the top. Fantastic. Just one more time. Go down, stretch up, breathe out, and relax. And give yourself a fantastic clap. Brilliant work. Oh, I do hope you enjoyed that. It would be so, do you want to sit down, and you've got your head chopped off there? It would be so helpful if you give us some feedback as to how you found the session. Could you hear? Could you see? Because of course this is our first session that we've done at our home. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We have Keep Moving, which is a seated exercise session at 10:30 tomorrow morning. We have cardio, live cardio at 6:30 tomorrow, where we're going to be doing some interval work. And our famous for one day, we've only done it once, but it was a great success this morning, our famous silent disco. And you want to have access to the song X's and O's by Elle King, and also Cheap Thrills by Sia. And if you've got an Alexa, or you could download them, whatever, have access to those tunes. We're going to do 2 dances to those. And then I'm going to be doing my Zoom class for Pilates at 7:30. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a really lovely evening, and we will look forward to you tomorrow. Thanks very much. Bye.